Yo, what's up everybody? I'm Steve, also known as Chris Panda. I'm here at the beautiful Bayfront Amphitheater. Welcome to my documentary, Road to Electric Paradise. This documentary will highlight some of my friends that are in the rave community that pretty much want to put a positive aspect of life in the rave community. And we are here live from Miami today. Let's get it. When you hear rave, what do you think?
You think of just drugs and like lights and young people going crazy.
Well, in the public eyes, it just looks like, yeah, like young people going crazy, wild, like basically throwing their life away type of thing. So, but to me, it's completely different.
When you hear rave, what do you think?
Underage debauchery, loud music, garbage, police activity, lawsuits.
So as a raver yourself, when you hear rave, festivals, whatever, what do you really think?
Freedom. It's a purge. It's like, you know, we all have these 9-to-5s or all these responsibilities and stuff, and it's the one place you can go and be yourself and not have to worry about it, and everyone's accepting, and it's not permanent either, so you can just go and, you know, let your bag of rocks go and then come back to the real world recharged and ready for the next one.
How long have you guys been a raver, and what made you want to become a raver?
Okay, so first started in 2016 when Mickey and I first started dating, and we weren't 18 yet. I know we just turned 18. We were trying to find like a club-like setting to go to, and in December there's this place called Club Space, and there was a event there. We had no idea it was EDM related. We decided to go to because we wanted to help her out fix that void that we have not going to clubs. And we went there, and we saw that it was more than just like your generic club where guys try to dance on girls and, you know, people are just there on the sides. You look, it's like a concert where everyone's just focusing on the person playing and everyone's just jumping around and having a good time. And it really surprised us. And from this moment, we're like, I like this. I want to keep doing this. And so we try to find the next one and the next one and the next one. And that's how it kind of all began.
Yeah, so basically the same thing, like, because we went through this together, and when I first went into the rave that we went at Club Space, like, it was completely different from what I was used to back at home in Texas. I would go to the club, and it would be like Spanish music, and just everybody was there for the purpose to meet someone to go home with. And when we went to Club Space for this rave, it was completely different. Like, it was, people were there for the music, people were there for the experience, to meet other people, but as like friends, and other relationships and friendships were being built there. So
what was your first rave and who was it?
My first rave? Oof. Like, are you talking about a festival or the first?
Your first party, like your first actual rave that you went to.
So I went to a place, and I'm from Puerto Rico originally, and there was this huge club in Old San Juan, which is kind of like the Miami of Puerto Rico, called Asylum. And honestly, I don't remember who played, but just the vibe there was so great that it changed my life, and it made me want to do this every time I have time off. So,
what advice would you give to first-timers or first-time ravers that are trying to get into the scene?
I suggest doing some background first. You know, there's a lot of YouTube videos of people going there, and those people have been at so many different types of events, and you can kind of see where they're coming from, see them have fun, and you could look up the artists and listen to their music for a bit. There's music videos. There's so many videos out there and resources you could use, and maybe try to go with someone who's been at it for a bit, and you could kind of live off of them and see if you can pick up something that you might like.
Yeah, definitely. And then also, I guess, looking at what type of music you like, because if you go to an event with certain type of music and it's your first time, you don't want to go in with no idea whether this music is some type of other music that you don't like or that you do like or something like that. Like, you always want to know what you're getting yourself into before you go and do it. So I do recommend finding the type of EDM music that would best speak to you.
So my last question actually takes us into the film that I'm working on called Electric Paradise. The film is kind of centered around 4 friends, and they all want to, well, actually 6 friends in reality, and they all want to start their own festival, and they get that experience from going to EDC in Orlando and Vegas, and they were like, yo, we need to start our own festival. So if you and 4 of your other friends were like, hey, let's do our own festival, where would it be? Who would you have perform between 5 to 10 artists? And how much would you charge each patron? And would you do the tier stage or would you do a flat rate? Oh. And what would you call it?
Oof. All right, so that's a lot of questions at once, but if it'd be a festival, it'd be in a forest-like setting, and music genres would be a mixture, just a little bit for everybody, some house here, some dubstep here, a couple mainstream artists, a big room, and the tier part, I would do the tier, because it does create anticipation, and it's a good marketing technique, and you get more profit from it, so it shows how many tickets are selling, so you can get them fast. And the festival name, if anything, it would be around the elements, so earth, water, fire, wind, and like each stage could be a different type of element, and it could be a different type of music style too, depending on whether element you're choosing. And if I had to choose the artist, well, let's see, 5 artists, yeah, 5?
5 to 10.
5. 5. So we can have someone.
Small festival, 10 is the big one.
Yeah, they'd be a big at first. So let's see. So 5 going big right now. Of course, it'd be Illenium. We can bring in the Good Vibration Squad for the trappy feels. We can bring in some Excision for that crazy dubstep stuff, and that's 3. If you want to go on the house side, Holy Goof is some good bass house right there. Jaws, and I can put in one more for one more. It's a tricky one. I'll get back to you on that one. I think I'll stick with 5 for now.
So, if you were to take over any venue and you have to plan your own festival for one day, who would you have between 5 to 10 artists? Where would it be? And how much would you charge?
Ooh. Being I'm a numbers person, how much I would charge would really depend on a lot of factors. So I wouldn't put a hypothetical on that. That's just too. I mean, that's the one thing. You don't mess with people's money, and especially you don't mess with the artist's money. You don't mess with the staff's money, because it takes a lot to put one of these festivals together. There's a lot of staff that's going out there, making sure people are safe, making sure that you have the right infrastructure in place so people have appropriate facilities like bathrooms and water stations and places to eat and places to cool down if it's hot or warm up if it's cold. So I can't answer that question. Venue? I don't know. I'm a beach girl, so I'd probably try to get like something close to the water. Even if I'd have to get like all the artists on a barge or something, so that the people, no, seriously, so the people like would have to get close enough to the water but not be able to see, you could see the whole stage and still have water access. That would be awesome. That'd be something I would do as long as I could get, a pretty calmed water bay. I mean, you could even be in a lake, and you got plenty of lifeguards. And I think I definitely do some trance music, but I try to get Tiesto to come and do his old trance sets. So I'd say probably Tiesto, Armin van Buuren, ATB. Like I like do old trance. That's like my thing. But let's say those three. And then for the future stuff, I do Steve Aoki. And hopefully he just doesn't play only hip hop because he's got so many good songs. Gorgor, Wooly, Sasha Rabati. Let's see who else. I'm missing somebody big and important to me. Hold on.
Cascade.
Yes, Cascade. You know it. I've only been talking about him. Just slipped my mind. But yeah, Cascade. Cascade, he does everything. He's like from soft to hard. So Millennium too. Holy smokes, you know.
Yeah, Millennium's a good artist.
So, but I don't know if that ever would happen or come together unless it would be like a 2-day event where you have like all the soft stuff and then all the hard stuff and then all the mashups. But I guess that's what I would do.